Sup nerds, you guys want to see a dead body? So today we are doing round 3 from 2 weeks ago. First local's a BT6. I'm playing Gabumon, or Gabumon with my JesBond deck. My opponent hatches Upa, digivolves into Drabumon, and then plays Strabby and misses. I hatch my Demimeramon, and I do open with an Agumon and the promo Greymon, which is a very good turn 1 hand against this deck specifically, one of the Bond decks. So I digivolve into the Agumon that gives me 1,000. I digivolve into the promo Greymon, of course. And then I play BT6 Agumon to put into 2. Something I like doing with this deck is you can put that on the field when you know your opponent's going to swing, and if you check one of your ties, you just gain a memory randomly, which is pretty cool. But he swings with both, and they both die because they're rookies. Then he plays a Drabumon to put me to 1. And something really cool. So I'm swinging for 7k for 2 checks with the Greymon. So I'm only dying if I check if they're playing Octomon, which I disagree with, or if I hit a Mega. I hit a 6k, which I actually declared that I was 6k when I swung because I wasn't paying attention. So he was 7k and did survive, which is pretty cool. This is also the ancient hybrid build of Gabumon as well. Just that explains some of the card choices that you see. So yeah, he swung for 2 checks. He went first, and I went second, and now I'm about to be ahead in security. So I swing with the Agumon, and there's one of his level 7s. So I do die to that check, but I'm happy to die with my rookie as long as my Greymon survived. Because now he has to get that Greymon off the field, or I can just kill him next turn unless he gets something off my board. And I just hard play a Huckmon to put him to 4 since he has a memory setter. That threatens a little more damage, and I can digivolve into Savior on my turn if he gives me 3 memory. He plays the Dash Pack Gabu that searches a Tamer from the top 5, hits his mat. A little too late, or too little too late here, since obviously he's probably not going to get a chance to bond me in this game. So he has to Hammer Spark, digivolve into Lobo, and then crash into my Greymon just to get it off the field, which I'm super okay with. He had to burn a Spark and a hybrid, and he has to put me to 3 just to crash. And so he didn't even get to check my security on that turn, which is pretty cool. So I go ahead and hatch. And I digivolve into Savior to go to 0, and then I activate Savior's effects to play a Sistermon from my hand, play Seal, and then gain a memory. So now Savior's 9k. I swing for 1 check, and then I delete the Gabumon with Balhuck's effect because I have a Sistermon on the field now. Pretty cool. I'm in total command of this game. Like, if he bonds me, I just kill him on my turn most likely. And he does not have the Gabumon that lets him unsuspend a 3rd time, so like he's not even going to get to check all 3 of my security. And I just play a Taikami just to guarantee me 2 memory on the following turn and a draw. So he promotes, gains a memory, and draws a card from Matt. And then he activates Matt to warp into Bond of Friendship, trashes his last security, and that's one of his ancients. And then he swings security, draws off of Upa, and then puts Savior at the bottom of my deck, and then unsuspends. Checks a BT1 War Greymon, swings again, bot decks my Sistermon Seal, checks a tie, which is pretty cool. That guarantees me 4 memory at the beginning of my turn when I promote my Agumon. That's pretty nice. And right here, he actually tells me that he's not playing blockers in his deck, so he has no way to keep from dying on my turn. So he just scoops. Nothing he can do about that Digimon coming out of the raising area. By the way, guys, we're doing a giveaway for a box of 1.0. The link for that is in the description, so check that out. And also, we have a Discord for the channel. We just started it, but we are growing quickly. So check that out. Link for that is also in the description. So Brandon decides to go first. He hatches and then evos into, I believe that's Gabumon again, and then plays a mat to put me to 3. That's cool. If I give him 3 memory or 2 memory, he can bond me on his turn, but that's not really a huge deal. So I hatch and Digivolve into my Agumon. And I opened with the promo Greymon once again, which is super pristine in this matchup. It's one of the main reasons why I actually put it in the deck, is because it's so good against the bond decks. So I Digivolve into him, no reason not to. I'm going to be forced to give him at least 2 memories, so I play the Tai Kamiya to avoid putting a body out that's just going to get bot decked if he decides to bond a friendship me. And it also gives me an extra memory and a draw on my turn, which isn't bad. He plays a Davis, puts me back to 2. I'm pretty sure he hasn't actually drawn Bond of Friendship here. But I do want to play around the fact that whether or not I do want to play around him potentially having it. So I promote, gain a memory and draw a card, seems good. Then I swing for 7k, 2 checks. Do unfortunately hit a Mega on the second check, but that's fine. Getting the second check is more important than living both checks. I'm super okay with that. So I play a Huckmon to search top 5 for a Huckmon, JesBond, or Sistermon. I go ahead and grab a JesBond and a Savior. Pretty nice. I think about rearranging the cards, but then I realize, and Brandon also says, like, this game is never going to last long enough for me to see those cards again. So, like, I stopped rearranging them because I realize it doesn't matter. Like, even if I played all 4 Huckmon, this game's never going to last enough turns for me to see those cards again. And I go ahead and play an Agumon and try to search one of my level 4s. I think about grabbing the Metal Greymon, but realize that I need a level 4 more than a level 5, so I grab the Greymon. So he promotes, gains a memory, draws a card. Seems good. It's so funny playing this deck, like playing this matchup, and like just being more aggressive than Gabumon. Out Rookie Rushing a Rookie Rush strategy. He activates Howling Memory Boost, and he targets Huckmon. He mentions that it probably doesn't matter which one he picks, but that's definitely incorrect because the promo Greymon can only swing for 2 checks if you have an Agumon underneath him, so that was definitely a misplay. And Brandon's going to realize that on this turn. So Howling keeps your Digimon from attacking or blocking until the end of the next turn, for those of you that don't know. And it's also a memory delay card, and it trashes, I believe, 2 sources underneath 1 Digimon. So yep, I Digivolve into the promo Greymon and swing for 5k for 2 checks. And survive both of them. Very nice. Yeah, most of the time he doesn't even need the DP bump. It just helps a little bit in other matchups. But for specifically this one, if they're not running the hybrid builds, 5k is fine. The only thing you're going to die to is if they play Cordramon blockers or a Mega. And I guess Kendo or a Lobo. Forgot about those. Then I Digivolve into a Greymon, just put him to 2, and then he goes to 3 from Davis. He draws, hatches. Brandon Digivolves into Gorillamon for 1. And then swings over my Greymon because he has to get it off the field. Pops the delay to gain 2 memory to go back to 4. I was looking away when he Digivolved, so I didn't notice that he had to pay memory. He Digivolves into Lobo, and then activates a Lobo's effect to warp into an Ancient Garurumon for an additional memory. Draws a Rookie, and then Digivolves on his egg. So he swings, and then it spins from Ancient Garu's effect, and then swings again. Checks 2 Rookies, so obviously surviving. The only thing he dies to is my Bond of Bravery. And because he doesn't play blockers, he Kakaitis breaths my Huckmon back to my hand, or he most likely dies unless like I check like a Hammer Spark or something, or a Kakaitis breath as the last check. Ancient Garu activates, and then he plays the Strabby and gets max value out of it, but it's not going to matter. I promote, gain a memory and draw a card, go to 7, and I have Lobo, and I show it to him. And so that's a game. Because I can just swing, nothing in his security is going to interact with my Tamer, and then I just Digivolve into Lobo and win. So yeah. I take the Ancient Gabumon matchup 2-0 with my JesBond deck. But I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in this kind of content and want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.